This is Muscle, my level 3 Ultimate Ironman, where I plan to achieve all level 99s in every non-combat related stat. My current goal on the account is one of the biggest grinds that I will ever have to encounter, and that is achieving 200 mil fire making experience via the Wintertot boss. And even though this sets me away from my previous goal of achieving all level 99s, it does come with a lot of perks that will help me achieve that ultimate goal in the long run, and I really wanted to take advantage of this very early on. With all that being said, I welcome you to my journey on maxing a level 3 Ultimate Ironman. In the last episode, I revealed my master plan of achieving 200 mil fire making experience, where I covered every single thing that you needed to know as to why I chose to go this route. And I also managed to get our second level 99 on the account, which is obviously fire making. On top of that, we did a bunch of small things, but mainly just trying to clear our inventory and do preparation for this long Wintertot grind, because I'm going to need every single inventory space that I could possibly get. Oh, hello, Current Me here. Just a friendly reminder that even though these videos are taking quite a while to come out, I am live streaming over on twitch.tv. If you guys want to come hang out with us, you can watch the progression there instead of having to wait for these videos to come out, because obviously, as I've mentioned multiple times now, the progression is definitely slowing down now that we are so far into the account. So just go over to twitch.tv/Sluffin and hang out with us, and drop a follow while you're over there. So you might be wondering why I'm at Tithe Farm right now. All of this talk about Wintertot, why am I doing farming? That is because I really wanted to try and get magic seeds from the Wintertot crates. On my grind to 99 fire making, I did not receive a single magic seed, which is unfortunate because I was really kind of hoping that I would actually be receiving those. Now at first I thought maybe it's because my farming level is too low at 80 farming, so I decided maybe I was going to go up to 85 farming and see if that made any difference, because you can receive a magic seed from the Wintertot crate. However, I did talk to somebody who did quite a bit of Wintertot with 90 plus farming, and they also did not receive any magic seeds. So I think, unfortunately, it's just not going to happen for us. So I'm going to stop doing Tithe Farm. The only way to get magic seeds consistently is if you have at least 3 warm gloves and bruma torches. If you have 3 of each one of those items, instead of receiving a 4th pair of either one of those, it instead rolls either a torsal seed or a magic seed for you. But as an Ultimate Ironman, obviously I cannot have 3 of each one of those items, so that is out of the question for me, and I don't think we're going to get any magic seeds during this grind. So I promise no more procrastinating on these side quests. I'm going to Wintertot now, no question about it. I love how I just stated that I was never going to have 3 warm gloves at one point in time, and I literally just got 3 warm gloves through those 2 last crates that I opened up, which this kind of gave me an idea. I could, in theory, have 3 of each item, the warm gloves and the bruma torches, and only have to sacrifice 2 additional inventory spaces. Now, is this worth it? I don't know, but if I were to wear 1 set of the warm gloves, as well as the bruma torch, I could then have another pair in my POH, and then I would only have to have 1 pair of warm gloves and bruma torch in my inventory. So if I sacrifice 2 inventory spaces, I in theory should be able to begin rolling a lot of magic seeds. I might end up doing this actually. Not too sure though if I want to sacrifice 2 inventory spaces. I guess I'll see how it goes. If I decide that ultimately magic seeds is going to help me out a lot, I might end up doing that. Who knows? Just reached 25 million fire making experience, which means we are officially 1/8 of the way to our grind. I only got to do exactly what I did 7 more times. If you look at it that way, I guess it doesn't seem so bad. But yeah, we're getting the fire making levels 1 level away from getting 80 fletching and construction, and then we will be officially base 80s other than the herblore skill. I got the herbivore pet at 414 KC, 83 hunter. This is not my original reaction though. I actually have to do a voiceover of this clip because my original reaction, I was live streaming over on Twitch and somebody clipped the video for me, and I was going to show this in the video, but for whatever reason, Twitch, the link, if you click on the clip, it's like corrupt for some reason. Twitch did not actually save the clip for us, which is super unfortunate. I don't have any way to actually get that which sucks because I feel like my reaction was pretty good, but I absolutely got spoon-fed on this account, guys. 2 hunter pets, both of them by 83 Hunter. This is honestly one of my favorite pets, and I was not expecting to get this early on whatsoever. This was honestly one of the pets that I was expecting to go super dry on, and I was perfectly okay with that because I'm going to be doing a lot of herbivore on this account. I mean, an absolute ton of this. So I was okay with going dry on this because I was planning on doing this regardless. But yeah, 83 Hunter. I have the golden chin pet as well as the herbivore pet. 2 pets on the account. That is actually ridiculous. There you go, little buddy. Welcome home. 2 pets in the pet house. I definitely need to make this house look a little bit better. I come in here so often and I'm tired of staring at it. It looks so bland. So I might go buy some like plants or something to add to the POH, but hopefully we get a 3rd pet pretty soon as well with all this winter top we're doing. We do have a good chance of getting the Phoenix pet. So hopefully we get that, and then we can have 3 pets just roaming around the house, which will look absolutely amazing. There is a level 80 construction on the account. The first level 80 from these skills training here at Wintertop between fletching, construction, and woodcutting. I definitely get more construction XP than any other skill. Some days I do get more fletching, but it's not very often, so I still got to get those 2 to level 80, and then we'll finally be base level 80 besides the herblore, obviously. But it's coming along pretty nice. We're almost at 27 mil firemaking XP, so not too far off 30 mil. And I might actually end up chopping some trees to get that to level 80 faster because it actually takes a long time to level up woodcutting here. So I think I might go chop some trees eventually. But first I need to get 80 fletching. And level 80 fletching about to come in as long as I don't get damaged through the winter tide. There it is. Level 80. I can now make magic short bows. Yippee. We are still level 78 woodcutting though. So I might go, I'm 62k away from 79. I think I'm going to go chop after this game. I'm going to go chop teak trees on Fossil Island until I get to level 80. I really just want to get this base 80 over with. I can't be asked to wait for 80 woodcutting through these these trees here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Been chopping at the teak trees here for a couple of hours now, not too far off level 80 woodcutting. I also managed to get 30 mil firemaking XP though, which is pretty good honestly. I think, however, I am going to take a break from Wintertot for now. I could keep going, like I don't have any issues with doing Wintertot, but as I mentioned in the last episode, I do not want to do 200 mil all at one time. Not only will that kind of burn me out of, you know, playing the game overall, but I also want to be able to push out content for you guys as quickly as possible. So doing nothing but Wintertot is just not ideal. So we're going to take a little break. I think I might go do some herbivore, continue the herbivore grind. Just slowly collecting herbs at the moment is the biggest goal. Otherwise, my herblore levels are just going to be trailing so far behind everything else, and it's really going to bug me. So I really want to focus on collecting herbs as much as possible. But there is level 80 woodcutting, by the way, if you did not miss it. And yes, I did get a Tome of Fire in my inventory. I think that's like the 3rd one I've gotten so far. Still no Phoenix Pet, though, and still no Dragon Axe from the Wintertide grind. But I think I might go knock out 90 Hunter from Herbivore, and then I think I'll go back to Wintertide after that. I honestly never pictured myself doing blackjacking in this game whatsoever, but I did not realize that this method is so much easier if you just change the left click option for the NPC here to pickpocket. So now there's a lot less clicking. All I have to do is right click, knock out, and then spam left click to pickpocket him twice, and then rinse and repeat. It's actually very simple and easy now. It used to be way harder to do blackjacking. And the only reason why I'm over here instead of doing Herbivore, like I told you guys I would be, is because with the newest update to the poison changes in-game, they changed the way poison works throughout the game, which means they changed the boss in the feud quest. It is no longer immune to poison, which means this quest is actually completable to me at the moment if I choose to do so through poison dynamite. This was not possible before this update. I did actually attempt with one full inventory of poison dynamite. It did not work out though. I did not hit whatsoever because poison dynamite is just so inaccurate, and it's just not worth my time. But because I did the quest up until that point of the boss fight, I did unlock the blackjack. Now I don't think I could get it back if I ever dropped this blackjack, which I did not realize at the time. So I'm gonna have to hold on to this blackjack until I actually complete the quest. Fortunately, though, they are adding recoils to the game via implings. So once that happens, I will be able to complete this quest very easily. So I'm going to hold off until that update comes. I'm not even going to worry about poison dynamite, to be honest with you. It's just not worth my time. But this method, blackjacking, is way better than any other thieving method I've shown you up to this point. This is almost double the experience. Actually, it's well over double the experience I was getting at stealing artifacts a couple of episodes ago, if you remember. So this is by far the best way. I just have to find a way to get myself to push all the way through to 99 thieving, because it is very easy to die here, and if I die here, it's going to be a pain. So hopefully we don't die too much. I made a mistake. You might have noticed in the last clip I was wearing my rune crafting cape while doing blackjacking, and I died. And I did not know that if you died with an untrimmed cape, it automatically trims it when you pick it up. I did not know this, otherwise I would not have been wearing that rune crafting cape. So unfortunately, I no longer have the untrimmed version of the rune crafting cape. It is trimmed, not the biggest of issues. Honestly, I'm not too worked up over about it. It sucks, but it is what it is. But if you guys really care about untrimmed capes, just don't do it during a dangerous method, because for whatever reason, if you die, it trims it. So just keep that in mind. Blackjacking is by no means the easiest method for me. Now, the method in itself is very easy, but I have died probably 7 or 8 times by now, and I've barely gotten a single level. Now, to be fair, it is my own stupidity. I tend to multitask quite often while playing RuneScape, which is very bad when you are blackjacking, especially on a 10 HP account, because if you right-click to knock out the Menophyte and you don't pay attention and spam left-click immediately after, it's very easy to die. And I literally died like 3 times within a matter of 5 minutes earlier, and it's really a pain. I really got to get used to it. But there is 85 thieving nonetheless. It took me a while to get here just because of the amount of times I've died. But I honestly believe if you truly just focus while blackjacking, this method is not hard at all with the new left click option. It's just, my issue is just multitasking and I don't pay attention. Otherwise, this is very good. I just have to figure out the groove. Once I get in the groove and I learn to not multitask so much while blackjacking, I think I could honestly do this all the way to 99. This tree should get me 85 farming. There it is. We now have access to the highest tier in the farming guild. Now, I don't ever go to the farming guild. It's such a pain for me to get there currently. I won't be going to the farming guild until I am 99 farming, because then I can just teleport directly there with the farming cape. But I do have all of my U seeds outside of my looting bag now because I did end up dying so many times. So I'm planting all of the U seeds I have. I should get probably another level, honestly, with the current seeds I have. It's just a huge, huge help by avoiding as much tithe farm as possible with these U seeds. So I'm really glad that I decided to do this winter tithe grind, because this is definitely going to help me out. Here was me getting a 90 hunter. I almost did miss this level, not gonna lie. I was too busy streaming. Also, Text Too Much was over here to help celebrate the level, their 3rd level 90 on the account. It took me quite a few days to get this level. It's by no means fast at all. I think I was getting about 65k XP an hour doing this. Mainly, obviously, just because I don't have any staminas, but we got a decent amount of herbs. I don't think that's all the herbs in my inventory there. But, oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that this also gave me 1300 total level. I did calculate that out perfectly beforehand. So 90 hunter and 1300 total level on the level 3 Ultimate Iron Man. It is starting to come along super nice. The herbs, though, even though I feel like I'm constantly collecting herbs on this account, I did use the banked XP plugin. That's what it's called. It shows how much herblore experience you have within your inventory, bank, looting bag, all those things. And at the moment, I have enough herbs to only get me to like 68. So even though I feel like I've been constantly collecting herbs, it's just not adding up very well. So that should give you an idea as to how long this is going to take me to get 99 herblore on this account. Okay, I'm about to die literally from doing rooftops. That was my 4th time failing in a row. If I fail again, I will die, and that will have been the 5th time in a row I failed this exact spot here. So hopefully this does not happen. I could go get some food, but I'm gonna risk it, because what are the odds of me failing 5 times in a row? You know what I mean? What are the actual odds? Let's see. Surely I don't die here. Surely okay. Okay, all right. I see how it is, Jagex. 5 times in a row. All right. You know, maybe I should have went and got that food, because I have to go back all the way to Relica regardless to get my stuff. About to get a agility level. This will be 81. I should have got this already, but I got set back because of that unnecessary death. But the only reason why I came over here to do agility level to begin with was because I wanted to do something relatively easy on mobile. So that's why I came over here. Definitely not going to stay here much longer, though. I'm going to go ahead back to Wintertot, I believe, as soon as I get my looting bag back in my inventory situated. Pole 78 has come to RuneScape, and with this is the Rings of Recoil added to the Magpie Impling loot table. This means I now have access to recoils, which means I can easily, well, relatively easily do the feud quest. Now, if you guys recall, I've been wanting to do this quest for a very long time. At one point in time, I had 460k blood runes in my inventory for months. I'm sure you guys know the only way to sell those were through the feud quest. I've mentioned all of this previously, but I was very impatient waiting for these Rings of Recoil, so I ended up just dropping them. However, I am still going to collect these recoils, and I'm still going to attempt to complete the feud quest, because if I do plan on needing more money in the future, I can easily make runes and then sell them easily after completing the feud quest. But it also allows me to obtain more blackjacks, which means I don't have to hold on to this one in my inventory, because at the moment I have no way of obtaining another blackjack until I complete the quest. Then I could buy additional blackjacks. So that is the main reason why I'm doing this, just to get it out of the way, and then I could go do blackjacking whenever I want. Oh, we got our first Dragon Impling. Let's see if I can actually catch this before somebody else snags it. I guess this guy doesn't have the Hunter level. Another UIM. Let's see what we get from this. Oh my god, I actually got the glories. I think this is the first Dragon Impling I've caught on this account. Actually, I know for a fact it is, and I got the glories. What are the odds of that? I know stories of people going very dry on the glory grind here, but we just got that first KC. I wasn't even trying to get this, to be honest with you. Now, normally this item previously would have been a huge unlock for a level 3 Iron Man, because it does provide me unlimited teleports when mounted in my POH to the 4 different locations that the glory provides. However, since the release of Guardians of the Rift and the item Ring of the Elements, I already have that item, and it pretty much makes the glory obsolete. Anywhere the Amulet of Glory goes to, my Ring of Elements pretty much does the exact same thing. The Fire Altar is teleports to Al-Kharid. I have the Air Altar that goes right next to the Falador patch. So really the only use I would ever have for an Amulet of Glory is if I really wanted super fast access to, say, Draenor Village or something, which I don't see it being very useful. Got the first Ring of Recoil drop. I do need another one, so I have enough to actually complete the quest. For some reason, the loot tracker is not even showing it, but I do have them here in my inventory. I've also caught 6 Dragon Implings, but I do need another drop. This is a 1 in 21 chance of receiving it from a Magpie. It took me 38 times to get this one, so hopefully we don't go that dry again, because this did take me quite a while. Alright, I'm going to add this glory to the POH. I, again, don't think I'll ever actually utilize any of these teleports. The only one I can think of that's super useful is the Draenor Village, but I still don't think I'll ever use that because I have a teleport to the Air Altar, which is pretty much the same distance to the Falador farming patch. But if for whatever reason I want to use it, it's there. I don't have to worry about it anymore, so, I mean, I'll take it. I can't complain about it. I did not expect these Ring of Recoils to send me down a ginormous rabbit hole of things that I need to accomplish. I'm trying to complete the feud quest, and I did not, for some reason, know that the second boss during that quest can hit 10s, which means I can get one hit during this quest, which is not ideal because more than likely it's going to happen. So the only way around this is, there's three ways. I could use a Poison Dynamite and save spot it, which I do not want to do. Or I could get a food source that heals me above 10 hit points. Now, the only two food sources available are a Saradomin Brew, which will heal you to 12 hit points, I believe, or a Guthix Rest, which heals you to 15 hit points, even though you are 10 HP. Now, I don't have access to Saradomin Brews because you need level 81 Herblore to make those, I believe. So that means I have to obtain Guthix Rests. Now, you don't actually learn how to make these until you do the one small favor quest, or during the quest anyways. You don't have to complete it. So I have to complete Shiloh Village in order to start the one small favor quest. Now, the Shiloh Village quest itself has a boss fight that I actually needed to utilize an ult to help me out here, but for the most part, it was relatively easy to complete. I didn't really have too much issues. It did take me a while, though. I did, however, manage to successfully complete the Shiloh Village quest, which then I had to go and start one small favor, all the way up until at least the point where I learned how to make the Guthix Rests. I can now make Guthix Rests. I still need to obtain a bunch of resources to actually make these. Each one of these requires a Marintil, 1 Harlander, and 2 Guams just to make one Guthix Rest. And I'm pretty much going to need a full inventory of this for the second boss at least. The first boss, I can probably use these Summer Pies in my inventory because it does not have the ability to one-hit me. So now I gotta go get some herbs. Went to Puro instead to get the second set of recoils. I finally got it a lot faster this time because I figured out the spawning method, which you can force spawn rare implings. Shout out to Clue Feet who showed me actually how to do this during my live stream over on Twitch. I got a bunch of stuff by doing this method, as you can see in my inventory here. Let me see the implings, the total implings I caught here in Puro. We got 68 magpies and 7 dragons, and then obviously all those seeds were from the nature implings that I caught. That was just to help force spawn magpies, and then I also caught a couple ninjas as well. But very nice overall. It's very good money maker as well. Once I go sell all this stuff, I bet it's worth a couple 100,000 coins, so not too bad at all. I definitely recommend doing this method. Here is me attempting the first boss at the feud quest. Now, this is actually my second attempt of doing this. The first time I failed miserably because I only unnoted 2 rings of recoils out of the 6 that I had. And in theory, that would have been enough, but I did not calculate the amount of hit points that the boss rejuvenates during the fight. So I ended up shattering both of my recoils before the boss died, which meant I had to do this over again, which sucked. But the most difficult part about this is I have to suicide each time I fight one of these guys in order to get more food in my inventory. Otherwise, I would not have enough food and then I would end up dying. So every boss I have to suicide to while doing this. This should be the last preparation I need for the quest, and this is definitely not an easy task to do, making these Guthix Rests. I have to boil a bowl of water and then put it into an empty cup, and then put each one of my herbs into said cup to make just one Guthix Rest. So as you can see, as an Ultimate Iron Man, this is pretty tedious to do because I'm limited to so many inventory spaces. But once I'm done with this, I will go and attempt the second boss, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't end up dying. Here we go. This should be the last hit. There we go. The second boss has been defeated, which means I can now go complete the quest. It's finally over with. I didn't even need a lot of my Guthix Rest. I definitely overcalculated the amount that I needed, but I'm super glad this is over with. Let me go finish the quest real quick. This dude talks way too much. Just let me finish my quest. 15k thieving. I don't even think that's going to give me a level. Not even close. But now I should, in theory, actually I might have to go do like some sub-quest now to unlock blackjacks probably. Let me go do that real quick. Alright, here we go. I did the little sub-quest. I have to do another sub-quest to unlock the rune shop. But I'll worry about that in the future if I ever want to sell runes. But here are all the blackjacks I can finally buy, so I don't have to hold on to the one in my inventory anymore. At any time I want a blackjack, I just come over here and buy a new one. So very nice. I'm super glad that is finally done with. If only I had this available to me when I had 460k blood runes in my inventory, that would have been nice. But of course, nothing ever works out in my favor in this game. Nothing new. But the feud quest done. I think I am ready to go back to Wintertide now. There is nothing else I can foresee me needing to do at the moment. I could go finish the one small favor quest, but that's honestly going to require a lot more. It does require Guthix Rest to do that as well, so in theory it should be a good time to do it now that I already have some leftover Guthix Rests, but I can't be asked to do it right now. I'll do that in the future. Wow, I don't think this has ever happened to me. I literally got the entire Pyromancer outfit within the 2 crates, besides the warm gloves, which technically don't count, but I didn't get any duplicates. It was just every single piece. That's really weird to see. I thought that was pretty funny. Let's take a look at the progression of the account for the end of the episode here. Here is the total level, 1306. Stats are looking very nice, I have to say. We are at 35.7 mil farm making XP. I'll probably stay at Wintertide until around 50 mil before I go do something else. So we'll be here for a little bit longer. Let's check the days played. 56 days and 14 hours. And then I'll show you the looting bag as well. 31 million value of the stuff in the looting bag. Now, the herbs, it doesn't look like I have a lot, but I tell you, I have been grinding these herbs out, ladies and gentlemen. It's so hard to collect. I'm only using 3 herb patches as well. I'll show you the seed box as well. So not too bad. We're actually getting a decent amount of seeds from doing this, so I cannot complain at all. But I appreciate everybody watching this far. If you have watched this far into the video, comment down below the number 1306. That is the current total level. We will absolutely confuse anybody who did not watch this far.